Assalamualaikum and greeting to everyone. Definition of the term and concept freedom can be defined as the right of individuals to make choice and act without coercion. However, this right is not absolute. It is bound by laws, social norms, and religious values. When teenagers take freedom for granted, it means they interpret freedom carelessly, often neglecting discipline, breaking school rules, and rejecting parental guidance under the excuse of personal freedom.
Why our group selected the issue? We choose this issue because it is highly relevant to the reality of today's youth. Many teenagers are influenced by social media, which often promotes the idea of unlimited freedom without responsibility. If this attitude continues, it may lead to disciplinary problems, moral decline, and conflict with cultural values. By addressing this issue, we hope to raise awareness that freedom must always be balanced with responsibility so that teenagers can grow into mature and ethical individuals. In short, freedom is a gift, but it becomes meaningful only when used wisely.
Now we'll talk about what causes teenagers to take freedom for granted. One major reason is limited life experience. Many teenagers grow up with easy access to technology, education, transportation, and also entertainment. These privileges have always been available to them. They may assume that freedom are guaranteed, rather than something that previous generations have always struggled to achieve. Without facing any hardships, it can be difficult for teenagers to understand the true value of freedom. Another important factor is influence of social media. Social media platforms encourage teenagers to express themselves freely and seek instant satisfaction. They are constantly exposed to the content that promotes the idea of doing whatever makes you happy without highlighting any consequences of certain actions. As a result, some teenagers misunderstood freedom as having no limits or responsibilities.
The third cause is overprotective parenting. When parents make most decisions for their children, teenagers may not have enough opportunity to learn responsibility and accountability. Once they gain greater independence, they may miss their freedom because they have not developed the skills needed to manage it wisely. Freedom without guidance can sometimes lead to poor decisions or cause peer pressure. Peer influence also plays a significant role. Teenagers naturally seek acceptance from their friends. Sometimes they make responsible choices simply to fit in or avoid being left out.
From an Islamic perspective, freedom is not the ticket to do whatever we want without limits. Instead, it is closely tied to the concept of trust and accountability. When some teenagers take freedom for granted, they are actually neglecting this trust. Therefore, teenagers must feel responsible for protecting themselves in this free world. This aligns with what Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says in Surah Al-Tahrim verse 6. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة, which means you who have believed, protect yourself and your families from a fire whose fuel in people and stone. This verse clearly shows how important it is to guard ourselves from action that ruin our dignity and lead to the sin.
Furthermore, Prophet Muhammad SAW said in a hadith narrated by Al-Hakim, which means take benefit of 5 before 5. Your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before you are busy, and your life before your death. This hadith reminds teenagers to use their freedom wisely and not waste it on things that have no benefit and may lead to regret in the future. In conclusion, true freedom in Islam is not about following our desire. Instead, it is the freedom to choose what is right and to take responsibility for our action and our futures.
Today we will invite an experienced expert in the field of counselling, Sir Muhammad Islam from Sekolah Kebangsaan Kedah Langkawi Kedah. We will be asking questions regarding the topic teenager is taking freedom for granted. The question about this topic is, what solution can teenagers take to use their freedom more responsibly according to an Islamic perspective? You may start now, sir.
Okay, terima kasih Adiba for the question. Okay, sebut pasal kebebasan ni, Sebenarnya dalam Islam kita kena tahu yang kebebasan ni adalah amanah. Bukannya tiket untuk kita membuat apa saja. Okey, dia datang sekali dengan tanggungjawab. Oleh itu, adik-adik yang di luar sana maupun remaja, cara yang terbaik untuk uruskan kebebasan ni adalah dengan cara mendisiplinkan diri. Okey, pastikan apa yang kita buat tu tidak melanggar syariat, tidak melanggar batas, dan yang paling penting ianya mudarat daripada melakukan dosa. Barulah hidup kita ni akan berkat.
Let's conclude our interview for today. Thank you to our expert for sharing their knowledge and insight. We hope everyone has learned something valuable from this discussion. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
In conclusion, while freedom is an important value that allows individuals to make their own choices, it should never be misunderstood as the right to act without limits. From an Islamic perspective, freedom is closely linked to responsibility, self-discipline, and accountability before Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. The issue of teenagers taking freedom for granted highlights the need for greater awareness of the consequence of their actions. By following the guidance of the Quran and Sunnah, young people can use their freedom wisely, make responsible decisions, and contribute positively to society. Ultimately, true freedom is not about fulfilling every desire, but about choosing what is right and beneficial for a better future.